It's your boy Nakasuchi. Bitter. So bitter. Kinda in a little bit of denial. That stage of a relationship. You know, even though we never had a relationship. But I'm bitter. And it's another Girl Defined video, part 3.
Hey guys, it's Bethany and Kristen with Girl Defined Ministries, and I am super excited today because we are going to be talking about marriage, sex, and my new life as a wife. I am really excited about this video. We're actually going to do kind of like a Q&A because you are literally getting married in a couple days.
Like days away.
Days away. And so because of your wedding, it has really stirred a lot of questions from you guys asking about her upcoming marriage, sexual intimacy, what she and Dave, how they've been saving sex for marriage, and then just your life as a married wife. And so we've been getting a lot of questions. So this month, in honor of your wedding, which doesn't come around very often, your first one, we're going to have fun talking about those specific things. And I'm going to be asking you some questions.
I'm bitter. So bitter. Because even though she made this video before she actually got married, she's pretending like, you know, she's already been married. Bitter. That makes me bitter. But also she's talking about like there's no possibility that she'll ever get married again, so she's gonna be married to this troll for the rest of her life, and I have no chance, and I just need to get over it, and it's hard because I'm bitter.
So first question I have for you, and I know a lot of you have been asking us this.
Yeah.
They want to know, why are you and Dave actually saving sex for marriage? Ooh, just a personal question, no big deal.
Yes, I know. Let's just jump right in.
Let's just get to it.
But I think it's good. I'm glad we're talking about these things because I do feel like, you know, especially like before I'm married and especially as a single, I'm curious. I'm like, why do people do things? I want to know, like, why are you doing that? I think one of the big reasons is because when we look in scripture, we do see that sexual intimacy is reserved for a husband and a wife. You never see that displayed as God's good design outside of marriage. In fact, a verse that was really convicting for me was Hebrews 13:4, which I wrote down. It says, "Let marriage be held in honor among all, and let the marriage bed be undefiled."
Bitter. I'm so bitter. I'm bitter because, you know, I made this conspiracy theory video, and now facepalm, Bethany says that because of scripture, she did wait till marriage, so haha, Nakasuchi. And that makes me even more bitter than I was before. I'm so bitter. I'm so bitter. I just need to get over this shit. She wasn't even worth it, yo. She wasn't even worth it. I mean, it's not like we've ever even talked. And that makes me even more bitter. So bitter.
And so that to me was just talking about, okay, the marriage bed. Like this is something sacred. This is something holy, something that sex within should be reserved for a husband and a wife. And so I've never had a husband yet. I'm about to get one. But I just really actually like appreciate and value God's design because he created sex to be so intimate, so like relationally bonding. And I personally just love the idea of experiencing that with my husband and thinking of Dave like, wow, I'm so excited to experience that with him, but really appreciate that I get to save that level of intimacy for him. And so I think that's probably why I'm saving it because one, God commands us to. It's kind of like one of those black and white areas. For our good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's for our good. We get to experience that with the person we're supposed to grow closer and closer and closer to, closer than we should with anyone else.
You know, I'm not so bitter that I can't just say the obvious truth here. And that is, you know, that had she chosen me, then this experience she's talking about right now wouldn't be anything more than a 30-second period. And I mean, I'm not a virgin, obviously, so had she chosen me, she would have had an experienced lover that first time, but, you know, I'm just bitter. That's all I am, and I just need to get over it because she's got a husband now, and this is inappropriate. So I got to transition now. I got to transition away because she's a married woman, and I need to find somebody else I might be able to obsess about from afar. Because why not? Why not? It's not like it's for real. It's all satire, and I've tried to make that completely fucking apparent. If you don't get that shit by now, It's not really my problem, but I'm so bitter. I'm just so terribly bitter.
And recently you actually wrote a blog post that stirred quite the discussion.
Yeah.
Girls were appreciating it and you got a lot of feedback. It was called something like, am I nervous about the wedding night?
Yes.
And you answered very honestly in this post. Kind of,
Yeah.
what did you say in a nutshell?
Well, we can link to it below so people can read it if they want to. But I actually literally got that title, Am I Nervous About the Wedding Night, from so many direct messages that I've got. Every time I would talk about my wedding, I would get these direct messages, not public, like direct, like, are you nervous? Are you nervous? Are you nervous? And
it's a very relevant question. You've never had sex. You're going to have it with your husband for the first time. Like,
yeah. And it's something that I'm a very open person. So people are like, thank you for answering so honestly. And I'm like, I'm an open book, probably too open sometimes.
Yeah, I'm sure that you're an open book now, Bethany. Had you chosen me, then you definitely would have been nervous. You the one that should be bitter. I'm beyond you now, yo. You and your closed-mindedness, not able to find Nakasuchi a complete country away. What's wrong with you? You chose this young, talented, troll-like thing in Dave. Dude, like almost a midget. When you could have had this 6'5", 240 to maybe around 250 pound, 41-year-old dude with gray all up in his hair, his teeth going bad, vein disease in his legs, but I'm still Nakasuchi, and you could have had all that, yo.
But I think that I'm not nervous. I think the more that I have studied God's good design for intimacy, the more that I've learned why God created sex, why God created marriage, honestly, the more excited I've become to get to experience that level of deep intimacy, not just physically, but emotionally. It's like this fuller, holistic picture, I guess, of a relationship, and just seeing, wow, sexual intimacy within marriage is only a glimpse of the deep intimacy, relational intimacy that God desires to have with us. And just the fact that I get to experience like an earthly glimpse of that with my soon-to-be husband is amazing. And God designed sex to be super pleasurable for like our enjoyment. And so it's like, I've never experienced that. I love a good like new experience.
Even though I'm almost over you already, yo, if you wanted a good experience, the experience of age and wisdom sounds like, logical thinking. I've been here longer, I know a little more, but, that's just me. But I'm almost over you, so, your loss.
Not only are you going to enjoy sexual intimacy soon, but you're also going to take on a new role, kind of a new identity, not as a single woman, but as a married woman, and specifically as a wife. So how important is that role to you?
Yeah. It's kind of crazy because I've only been single for 30 years, literally 30. And so it's kind of interesting because being a wife, you do see that God calls, like in scripture, like the Proverbs 31 woman and stuff, she's this wife and she's amazing. And like Titus 2 women supposed to train younger women how to be godly wives. And it's like, wow, this is actually a really big role. So I go into this new role with a little bit of like fear and trembling, like, wow, this is a really serious position. And I think that my perspective of it is like, I should take this serious. Like God has a lot to say about wives and our role as wives. And so instead of just viewing it like, I need my independence and my freedom, whatever, I'm not going to take that. I'm still just me. It's like, no, I'm choosing to enter into this new position. And so for me, I really do take my new role as a wife very seriously. And I want to learn how to be a good one.
See, this is what I'm talking about, yo. This is exactly what I needed to hear. I need me a strong woman. I don't need no woman that wants to get into her role as being submissive to her husband and being second tier to her husband. Nah, that's not what I'm looking for. I need me a strong-minded, hopefully a liberal thinking woman, which is why we were never meant to be. This is why you chose the troll over the 41-year-old god that is Nakasuchi, yo. If you're so into a god, you should have came to this god, but you didn't. You chose not to, and I'm over that shit, yo. I'm just done over it. I'm over you, Bethany. I don't need you in my life. I got myself. I got my daughter, and I got, just me, I guess.
In closing, I wish I could ask you like 100 more questions. Y'all can still ask below, direct message. You might be on your honeymoon, so I might have to answer on your behalf.
Sorry guys, when I'm on my honeymoon, peace out.
Peace out. She's gonna be gone for like a month. Okay, not on your honeymoon, but just away from Girl Defined. Anyways, so what, like in closing, what books or resources would you recommend girls who are single, maybe in a relationship, wanting to get married one day and wanting to grow and learn what it means to be a wife and a godly woman and marriage? Like, what resources would you recommend?
I would say that a great resource would be reviveourhearts.com. That website is like loaded. They have a podcast. They have free blogs. I have listened to so many of their podcasts. Also, Authentic Intimacy by Julie Slattery, specifically for someone who's like trying to prepare for marriage. She has stuff all for married women. That's been really helpful. But honestly, our book Love Defined, I remember after I got engaged, people are like, now that you're engaged, do you still agree with everything in Love Defined?
And they ask it just like that.
Yes. And I'm like, yes, actually. So in reading it again, because I've read it again since I've been engaged or since I've been in a relationship, and I'm like, this is actually really solid and really biblical. And I've kind of followed and lived out the advice, and it's worked out great. So
I mean, just like a colt bunny. Yo. Gonna plug your book when you done crush my soul. But I done moved on, and I'm on to bigger and better things, Bethany. You know, I looked at Kirby as a boss, and she a bit too young. That was a good thing about you, Bethany, is you was 29, 30 years old. So people really couldn't say, oh, look at the crib robber. You know, nah, you was perfect. Kirby a little too young. She like 22. I looked at like Melina Ciciotti, but she married and pregnant. That would be cool if Nakasuchi started obsessing from afar on her. You know, I mean, if I was gonna obsess from afar on a married woman, I'd do it on you, Bethany. But you done been taken by another, and I don't do that. I'm worth more than that. But I don't know, maybe I should just get over this whole Christian obsession from afar thing. You know, I'm an atheist. Maybe I should seek out my own. You know, maybe I wouldn't have so much heartbreak. Maybe I wouldn't be a 41-year-old single motherfucker, never been married, if I'd have been seeking out my own. But that's my own story. This is a story about how I got over you, Bethany. For real.
So that's something that I would actually recommend, which sounds weird, but it's like I really would recommend our new book, Love Defined, that is specifically geared towards single women, women in relationships. We can link to all this below because it's a lot.
Since the wedding day is just around the corner, last thing, give us one thing that you're really looking forward to on your wedding day.
Ooh. Probably the thing I'm looking forward to most is like right when the doors open and I get to step out and see Dave for the first time.
Down the aisle.
That'll be so sweet. I'll probably cry. He'll probably be like jumping and I'll be like pull mascara.
And you can call me bitter, but you'll only be crying because dude will be looking up at you as you looking down at him. So I guess this is goodbye to our romance from afar, Bethany. It's been a long run, and now I'm just gonna have to treat you like I treat everybody else and just go hardcore at that ideology and in this satirical line of comedy because it's gone on for far too long. But, you know, let's keep it up just a little bit longer. You know, I cried for you. I would have died for you. I couldn't hide from you. But now I'm over you, Bethany. As always, I am your boy Nakasuchi. This is the Raging Atheist. And this satirical reign of comedy come to an end. So if you like my videos, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share me on your social media, comment in the comment section below. I'll see you soon.